Hey guys! Alright, so it is a big week, a big milestone. We've officially hit 3 months post-operation, and I have a lot to cover with you today. We're going to go over a girls' trip that I took, food that I ate on said girls' trip, weigh-in, measurements, my 3-month check-in with the doctor, blood work, all the above. So let's jump right in. Okay, so I am Sam. I am 32 years old. I am 5'3" 3/4, and this week I came to you at 189 pounds, which was 1 pound lost from last week. I honestly was really shocked that I lost even 1 pound because I did not do good in terms of food on my girls' trip. I did not do good. I didn't work out at all. I fully intended to work out, and we actually planned on, doing like a small hike, which we did like a little bit of walking on that excursion, but we actually did a Jeep tour, so that was super fun. But yeah, I generally work out on my vacations. When my husband and I go somewhere, we like to work out together. Even on our honeymoon, like we went to the gym every day at the resort, and that's kind of something that we like to do, like check out new gyms and stuff. And I just like to feel good when I'm on vacation. So if I'm sweating and I'm working out, that helps my body to feel good if I want to splurge on a couple treats or things that I wouldn't normally eat. I did not do that this trip. I thoroughly enjoyed myself and was, at times lazy and just hanging around at the pool, and then other times we were driving. We stayed in Maricopa, but we ended up driving to Sedona, which was like a 2.5-hour drive. And so, there and back in one day, that was one full day. And then one day is, traveling, and we were driving from Phoenix to Maricopa. And then, Saturday we hung out by the pool, and I also had, my baby there because my in-laws were there that day. So I don't regret not working out, but like I said, I did not do well with food. The food selections at the casino they weren't so great. There was like this little cafe, and they had like chicken tenders and french fries and hamburgers. There was a Dunkin' Donuts in the casino. There was no Starbucks. So I felt like, I can't even get my normal, go-to fast food breakfast, which is like the egg bite things from Starbucks. That was like a 10-minute drive into town to go to Starbucks, which we ended up doing the third day that we were there. We ended up on our way to Sedona. We stopped at Starbucks, and that's what I had for breakfast. So that was kind of a bit of a bummer, that the food selections weren't that great. They did have a Caesar salad, but it just didn't sound appealing. So I shared some, chicken strips, and we had, and we ordered a quesadilla as well, the first night for dinner. And then the second day, I'm trying to remember what we ate the second day. I nibbled on some of the food that my in-laws had purchased for my son. So there were some scrambled eggs, and I had a couple bites of a hash brown, and then I think that was it. It was just a little bit of egg, a little bit of hash brown, and then I did get a sugar-free coffee from Dunkin' Donuts, and I put my protein powder in it, but it was not good. I was just not a fan. Like we don't have Dunkin' Donuts in Oregon, so it's not something that I'm used to. I'm used to Starbucks or Black Rock, and I was not a fan, so I didn't really end up drinking that coffee. What else did we eat? We had chicken strips again the next day, and then we did get a lot of like snacky food. Like we got some, wheat thins and some trail mix, and oh my gosh, we got this bean dip that we were eating with some tortilla chips. That made all of us not so feeling good and making extra trips to the bathroom. So we all agreed no more bean dip, never again, not happening. So, you know, I did eat things that are, you know, technically supposed to be like no foods, and I did okay. You know, TMI, but I was definitely in the bathroom a lot more than I normally am. It wasn't like a dumping where it was like, oh my gosh, I gotta go now, except for one time that happened to me. But other than that, it was just more frequent throughout the day. And so, yeah, next trip I take, I will definitely be smarter. I came home just craving vegetables, so I had salads the next like 3 days in a row. I just wanted veggies. And I'll probably, that's what I'll do for my lunches this coming week. I'm gonna do some roasted veggies. And I'm not sure what kind of protein I wanna do just yet. So yeah, usually if I ate like that on a vacation, you know, I'd be anywhere from like 5 to even 10 pounds up in weight. So to come back and see that I had actually lost a pound throughout the week, that was surprising. I know I'm eating much less quantities than I would be. And the, you know, the malabsorption is also, you know, a factor in those things when you're eating, you know, stuff that you're not supposed to eat. It kind of goes through you faster and you know, dump it. And your body doesn't absorb all of, you know, the fats and the calories from what you're eating. So sorry. I did not have any desserts. I still haven't gone there yet with, you know, high sugar items. I'm still just nervous to go there. You know, ice cream and that sort of thing. Like, I'm just not like a big sweets person. I'm more of a savory person. I'd rather have like nuts or crackers or chips, things like that. And if I can get my fix and have, you know, a little bit here or there, we're good. So yeah, just, you know, overall kind of being balanced. You know, I went on vacation, I had fun, I ate what was, you know, available to me. Did I make the best choices every single time? No, but, you know, I think that we need to give ourselves leeway sometimes, you know. And I got home and I got right back on track and, you know, was in the gym and go with my normal, you know, life. So, overall, it was a really great trip. We had so much fun. These girls, you know, we've been friends since high school. And we always just have so much fun. We've been trying to take at least one trip every year. I think this year we're going to try and take a couple more, but, yeah, it was a great time. So that was kind of, you know, first vacation, like mini vacation. Traveling on a plane, you know, that sort of thing. I did miss my vitamins one day, and so I tried to kind of like hoard them at night, but I did pretty good with my water. So sorry guys, I haven't drank my coffee yet today. This is why I cannot go without coffee. So yeah, I missed my vitamins one day, but water I did really well. I just brought, I left my other Hydro Flask at work, but I have my blue Hydro Flask that they're both 40 ounces. So I emptied this. You can go through TSA with an empty, you know, water bottle, and then every airport had, you know, the spout that I could just put my, you know, and fill it up. And then I can put my, you know, flavor packets in it. So that worked really well at the hotel, because in Arizona, I just didn't know what the tap water was like. You know, in Oregon, I drink tap water, but I just didn't know, so I did do bottled water for the most part. I think I filled up in the tap twice, and then had to go get a bunch of ice, because the water isn't as cold either as it is in Oregon, because it's so hot out. So yeah, I did really good with my water. So I had my 3-month update, and you know, the dietitian, everything went really well. She said that you know, I can start incorporating more pastas and rice and things like that. Obviously I want to, you know, if I'm having like a pasta dish, I want to, you know, eat the meat out of it first, the veggies, and then finally, you know, couple bites of pasta if I'm still not feeling full. So that was kind of cool. Oh my goodness. So sorry. Whew. So, yeah, and she seemed a little surprised at the 4-ounce rule. It wasn't my normal dietitian that I've been seeing all along, and, you know, she was pretty, like, strict on the, you know, do not eat more than 4 ounces, and she kind of gave me a funny look when I was like, well, I weigh all my food, like, I have my scale at work, and I have a scale at home, and I, you know, I did eyeball it when I was on vacation, but like, I will start to feel, you know, the clumping and the, you know, I start burping or hiccuping when I know I'm full, and so I just stop. So I don't think I've ever eaten more than the 4 ounces. And she kind of like, yeah, gave me a funny look. So I was like, okay, well, I guess I could. But I'm not even going to go there. Like, I think eating 4 ounces at a time of like solid food, you know, depending on what it is, I can eat the full 4, or sometimes I can't. You know, the other day I measured out steak, and then I had like a mini bun. So I, you know, cut the steak really fine and I put it on the bun. And, you know, it was a little less than 4 ounces, but by the end of it, like, I was feeling yucky. Like, I was not feeling good, and I kind of got that clumping, and then I ended up throwing it up. So, you know, sometimes you can't even eat 4 ounces. Sometimes it's even less than that, and just depends on what it is. And so I think, you know, I haven't eaten steak all that much since surgery, so I think, you know, red meats I'm still a little sensitive to. But I weighed that out, and that was less than 4 ounces, and it overfilled my stomach, and then I threw up, and had some clumping. You know, maybe it was the clumping that made me throw up. Maybe I wasn't actually like full, but I don't know. Either way, she said that, you know, my progress is really good. So I didn't talk to my surgeon. I talked to a nurse practitioner on my surgeon's team, and she was like, yeah, you're right on track with your weight loss. And I was like, really? Because, like, sometimes I feel like I'm a little behind. You know, since surgery, I have lost, actually, did not do the math, 37 pounds, I do believe, since surgery. And, you know, she kind of explained it to me. What you do is you take, you know, where you started or your heaviest, and you subtract that from your, you know, quote unquote normal BMI weight. So if I was at a 25 BMI, which is normal, that's 145 pounds. Well, I started, or I guess my highest weight recorded there was 241. So 241 minus 145, let's just call it 100 pounds for math's sake. It's a little less than 100 pounds. That's my excess body weight. So I have about 100 pounds of excess body weight, or I did. Now, in that first year with gastric bypass, you're going to lose about 70% of the excess body weight. That's what they project. So 70 pounds in the first year. Now, if I'm already at 37 pounds down from surgery, which was 225, not even the 241, from 241 minus 189 is what, 52 pounds. So I've almost hit that, you know, 70%. So I'm kind of thinking that, you know, I'm going to be less than that. And when I think about it that way, and when she kind of explained it that way, I was like, okay, I'm on track, like, for sure. If I had 200 pounds of excess body weight, that would be different. So it was cool to, like, get the actual numbers, because I kind of figured, you know, 145, you know, by doing my own research, that, you know, for 5'3", you know, I should weigh anywhere from, you know, 119, I think I read somewhere, and like 145. That would be like normal. So anyways, she didn't want to put like a, you know, goal weight, but more like a normal BMI, or a normal maybe slightly over normal. Like she actually said I'd probably be good in like the 160s if I'm lifting weights and doing all of those things. I know my body, and I'd like to be less than 160s. I would like to be in like the 140s, just knowing my body composition. I think that would be where I would be happy, and that's, approximately 100 pounds lost, and that's kind of what I've always said my goal was, 100 pounds from my heaviest. So 141 is kind of that ultimate goal. So while we were there, I've told you guys my blood work and my foot and all that jazz going on. She's looking at my blood work, and obviously she can't tell me anything about the autoimmune stuff, which I'm actually, I have an appointment with a rheumatologist, so I'm going there, but my liver enzymes were all out of whack, and she's like, that's not normal. I'm like, well, could that be because of surgery? Because I was asking my primary care, and they're like, oh, that might be because of surgery. No, she said that they see it the opposite. The people who have high liver enzymes pre-surgery, it actually goes down. But pre-surgery and 1 month post-op, I was fine. They were low, not low, like too low, but like normal range. And now they're suddenly high. So she ordered more blood work that day, and it came back, and she called me like almost immediately, and it came back even higher than it had the 2 weeks prior when I took blood work. So that was alarming. And she told me to call my primary care physician. She talked to him. And he actually wants me to go get an ultrasound on my liver and to stop taking the gallbladder medication. So post-surgery, I'm assuming most surgeons do this, but they put you on a gallbladder medication because with rapid weight loss, you could develop gallstones. And so they're thinking it might be that medication. So I have not taken that medication for a few days now. And on Tuesday, I'm going to get more blood taken, and then also the liver ultrasound. So it's really strange. I don't understand why all of these things keep popping up. I don't know, but it's starting to get kind of frustrating. Like I feel like in the last year, I'm trying to take my health, rein it in and like figure it all out, and I have like the abnormal spot in my breast that they have to biopsy, and that was super scary. Like, do I have breast cancer? Oh my God. And now it's, do I have an autoimmune disease? And I'm waiting on, to hear what the rheumatologist says to me. Do I have a Morton's neuroma? That's why I can't run. Like, I just feel like all these things are popping up. And it's just strange because I haven't really had a whole lot of like health scares or health concerns my whole life. And then suddenly now, when I'm approaching weight loss surgery and then post weight loss surgery, it's just like all these things are popping up, which is interesting. So it is really good that I have all of these appointments already set up, and I have multiple doctors. So, if I hadn't just had surgery 3 months ago, I wouldn't be going to so many doctor's appointments. And having blood drawn so often. So I am also grateful, and I think that it's meant to be in terms of, having all of these appointments already set up, and then them being very quick to, refer me to different places. OHSU has been awesome in terms of getting me in places quicker than Providence. Providence has been kind of dragging their feet. I wasn't going to be able to get into a rheumatologist through Providence until the end of August. So I'm glad that OHSU has, been able to get me into places, much, much quicker. So that's been positive. I forgot to talk about my measurements. So I got off on a tangent there. Sorry about that, guys. But that's kind of just what's going on with my health. So measurements, I am super excited to say that I lost 8.5 more inches this last month. So overall, that is a loss of 37.5 inches, like throughout my body. So that's super exciting, and I can definitely feel it, you know, in my clothing. A lot of clothes are too big now, and I do need to just take the time and set up a Poshmark and you know, just sell a bunch of stuff, because I still have stuff with tags on it that, you know, just didn't fit. And so as much as I'd love to like donate those, I'd like to get, you know, some money back. If it's, you know, worn or something, or, you know, looking a little, you know, ragged, then I'll donate it. But, you know, especially the stuff that's brand new, I'd love to at least recoup some of the cost of it. So I will be doing that here shortly in the next, you know, couple weeks. I'm trying to think of what else. I think that's about it. I feel really good, besides like the fatigue. And I did want to address this because I had not heard this anywhere, and my doctor told me that it's perfectly normal in the first year, but I have been getting dizzy a lot. Like, I'll stand up and I'm dizzy. I'll, you know, be playing with my son and I get dizzy. It's super random, and sometimes it lasts longer than other times. And I asked the doctor about it, and I was like, is that because of the gallbladder medication? She's like, no, that's actually because of weight loss. She said in the first year, most weight loss patients that we do and we talk to have dizziness. And I'm like, well, that would have been nice to know, so I wasn't like alarmed, because I'm over here like, you know, taking my blood pressure, checking my blood sugar, you know, getting all freaked out. So I did want to mention that if you're feeling dizzy at any time, she said that getting dehydrated makes it worse. So to make sure you stay up on your liquids, but yeah, it's perfectly normal to get dizzy periodically. So anyways, okay, last but not least, I wanted to kind of just give you guys like a physique update. So if I can figure out how to insert a picture of my very first like check-in pictures, I will do that. This picture is from July of 2018. This was not even my heaviest. I was probably around 238 right here. So here's just front. You know, I've got some flabby skin there, but to the side, and then back, other side. So overall, like I said, I am, you know, feeling good. I have more energy most of the time when I'm doing my workouts. You know, those feel really good. I'm feeling stronger. And things are going really well. So I hope you guys have a great weekend, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.